The idea that carbohydrates are the body's primary source of energy is widely accepted and often promoted in nutrition guidelines, fitness advice, and food marketing. And while it's true that carbs can provide quick fuel, this narrative overlooks a critical reality. Most people in modern societies lead sedentary or minimally active lives. For those who aren't engaging in regular, strenuous physical activity, the supposed energy boost from carbohydrate-rich foods often doesn't translate into increased vitality or performance. Instead, it frequently contributes to fat storage, metabolic imbalance, and sluggishness. The disconnect between carb intake and energy output is one of the most persistent myths in modern nutrition, and one of the most dangerous for long-term health. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which enters the bloodstream and is either used for immediate energy or stored for later use. In physically active individuals, such as athletes or those with labor-intensive jobs, this system works well. Their muscles require constant energy replenishment, and carbs can serve as a quick and effective source. But for the average person who spends most of their day sitting at a desk, in a car, or on a couch, this immediate demand for glucose is low. The body doesn't need much fuel to support minimal movement. So what happens to all that extra glucose from bowls of rice, sandwiches, sugary drinks, and snacks? The excess is quickly stored, first as glycogen in the liver and muscles, and when those stores are full, as fat. The more sedentary someone is, the less room there is to store glycogen, and the faster the body shifts to converting glucose into triglycerides, which are deposited in fat cells, especially around the abdomen. Over time, this pattern promotes weight gain, especially visceral fat, which wraps around organs and raises the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and liver problems. Instead of being energy food, for the inactive body, carbs become surplus fuel and used, unnecessary, and ultimately harmful. Worse still, this energy isn't just stored, it also disrupts. When unused glucose floods the bloodstream repeatedly, the pancreas must pump out more insulin to keep blood sugar levels in check. Over time, this repeated demand can lead to insulin resistance, where cells stop responding effectively to insulin's signal. At that point, glucose builds up in the blood, fat accumulates more easily, and energy levels actually drop. Many people report feeling tired, foggy, or sluggish after carb-heavy meals, not energized. This is especially true when the carbs are low in fiber and protein, which is the case with white bread, pasta, noodles, baked goods, and sugary snacks. These foods deliver a quick rise in blood sugar followed by crash, creating a roller coaster of fatigue and hunger that undermines the whole notion of fueling the body. The psychological impact of this mismatch between expectation and reality can be frustrating. People often eat high-carb meals believing they'll feel more awake and focused afterward, only to experience the opposite: brain fog, lethargy, and an urgent need for a nap or another snack. For those trying to lose weight or manage their health, this can lead to a cycle of eating for energy, not using it, and then eating again, each time storing more than is burned. The body's biochemistry doesn't respond to slogans about good carbs or natural energy. It responds to actual energy expenditure. And when that expenditure is low, the only thing being energized is the process of fat storage. Even small habitual behaviors, like grazing on carb-heavy snacks throughout the workday, add up over time. A granola bar here, some crackers there, a bowl of noodles at lunch, and a sweetened drink to wash it down may not seem excessive. But if there's no significant movement in between, this creates a consistent energy surplus that the body simply doesn't need. Over days, months, and years, this translates into creeping weight gain and a sluggish metabolic system that's being overwhelmed with more fuel than it can handle. This doesn't mean carbs have no place in the diet, but it does mean their quantity and type should reflect actual lifestyle demands. Whole food carbohydrates, like lentils, vegetables, and modest portions of whole grains, break down more slowly and offer better support for stable blood sugar and long-term energy. But these should still be balanced, especially for those who don't engage in high levels of physical activity. The idea that everyone needs a high-carb diet for energy simply doesn't hold up in a world where most people's daily movement is limited to a few thousand steps or less. Ultimately, the myth of energy from carbs is a relic from a time when human life involved more physical labor and fewer processed foods. In the context of a sedentary lifestyle, excess carbohydrates do not energize. They weigh the body down, impair metabolic health, and contribute to fatigue, not vitality. For those who spend most of their day sitting, fewer carbs, not more, may be the real key to sustained energy, sharper focus, and better long-term health.